अभी वॉइस आ रही है आपको?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
It's clear.
Now it's better.
हाँ, आज थोड़ा सा शायद प्रॉब्लम होने वाली है, देखते हैं. So we'll discuss about foreign trade multiplier, and I will talk more today and write less. Okay. Because we are talking about types of multipliers, so four sector economy.
मैम दिख नहीं रहा है, थोड़ा
और
ऊपर हो गया.
दिख नहीं रहा है?
मैम थोड़ा सा नीचे लिखिए.
थोड़ा नीचे लिखे. अच्छा,
Ma'am, after pinning it is visible.
ओपन इकोनॉमी दिख रहा है?
यस मैम.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
हाँ, किसी ने बहुत सही बात कही, स्क्रीन को पिन कर लीजिए तो आपको ज्यादा बेटर दिखाई देगा.
मैम ब्लरी दिख रहा है
वी
थोड़ा.
आर टॉकिंग अबाउट, हाँ, ओके, लिसन टू मी. ओके, मे बी I can understand that the visibility is not very clear, but try to listen to me. So we are talking about fourth sector economy, we are talking about the open economy, and we are trying to understand the working of multiplier in the fourth sector economy. As you understand that multiplier is a process where with the increase in autonomous expenditure or autonomous any type of autonomous expenditure or any type of autonomous investment, if it increases, it results in multiple increase in income. And this takes place through multiplier. So in the open economy, how this multiplier will work, that can be explained through a formula, right? What is the formula for the multiplier or open economy multiplier? I'm writing this. Delta y is equal to 1 upon 1 minus t plus n. Okay, multiplied by delta x. As you are doing up to now, we are doing the same thing. We are using the same formula. We have just added one thing, that is m. Right? M is the foreign trade multiplier. How does it come into picture? Now that I will explain. Okay. If you have any question, you keep on asking it in between. You remember this AD is equal to C plus I plus X. Plus G plus X minus M. Okay. Now you have two more variables which you have added here, X and M. Earlier we have talked about C plus I plus G. I and G we have taken as autonomous. So now try to understand that how these variables are behaving. I autonomous है, that is government expenditure, again autonomous. X, which is export. Now it is assumed that export is also an autonomous variable. What do we mean by autonomous variable? Anyone?
Ma'am, which is independent from income.
Yes, that's very true, that any variable which is independent from the level of income, that becomes autonomous. Or there is another thing which we can understand here, the model or the variables which we are talking. If a particular variable does not depend on any of the variable in the model, then it is autonomous. Now you will think that what is the model here, or what are the variables which we are talking about? This is the model. AD is equal to C plus I plus G plus X minus M is the model. Okay, and this model has variables. Now, which are the variables? Variables is C, consumption, I, investment, G, government expenditure, X, export, M, import. So, this export does not depend on any of the variables. At the same time, we are saying that aggregate export does not depend on AD. Export does not depend on income level. That is why export is autonomous, exogenous or autonomous, or exogenous. So if we are saying that export is autonomous or exogenous, there must be some variables on which exports depend. So now the question is that on what factor export of any country will depend? Anyone other than Nazneen? Nazneen, wait for some time, okay? What do you think? That export of a country depends on which variables?
Ma'am, price level.
Price level you are saying?
Yes, ma'am.
Production level, ma'am.
See, what?
On demand.
Production.
Demand,
Availability and demand.
Which demand? Where is the demand for exports?
Foreign.
Exactly. So now try to understand. Natural resources output, again, maybe these two options are not correct exactly. Try to understand. Now export is what? Export is the X, that is export, is the demand for domestically produced goods and services. Domestically produced goods and services in the foreign country. Okay, so export is the demand for domestically produced goods and services in the foreign country. In other words, you can say this is the foreign demand for domestic goods and services. So export is
Export is a leakage.
No, export is never a leakage. Import is a leakage. Export is. Now try to understand this. Export, as you are talking about C is the demand of goods and services in the domestic market by the nationals of the country. Similarly, export is the demand of foreigners or foreign countries for the domestically produced goods and services. Say, for example, you are producing gems and jewelry in the country, in India. So, Indians also have a demand for gems and jewelry produced in the country. That is coming in C. But when we talk about demand for Indian manufactured gems and jewelry in Italy or in USA or in England, then you are talking about exports. Okay? Don't write too much of messages. I am not able to see my board itself. Okay? If you have a problem, you speak it up today, because I am taking the class through phone, so please don't write, just speak it up, whatever problem you have.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes, anyone saying something?
Yes, ma'am. जैसे पहले पढ़ाती थी उसी से पढ़ाइए ना.
ऐसे पढ़ाएंगे जैसे घर से पढ़ा रहे हैं। डिपार्टमेंट में तो जैसा सिस्टम है वैसे ही पढ़ाना पड़ेगा हमें।
मैम थोड़ी वॉइस ब्रेक हो रही है तो समझ नहीं आ रहा बीच बीच में।
इससे ज्वाइन कर रहे हैं तो यहाँ नेटवर्क का प्रॉब्लम हो सकता है ना।
मैम ब्लर भी हो रहा है।
यस मैम।
Okay, so let us see if you are able to hear me properly. Is it okay now?
यस मैम।
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So export is the foreign demand. Consumption is the domestic demand. Export is the foreign demand. So as consumption leads to multiplier process, similarly export will also lead to multiplier process. But when export is taking place, it is not alone. There will be imports also, because we are talking about open economy. So if there is any country where only exports are taking place, no imports are taking place, then this formula will simply look like investment multiplier. But as you understand that in the real world, if there is any economy where exports are there, there has to be imports also. So export and import takes place simultaneously. How does import function look like? Export, we have assumed it is autonomous. Why it is autonomous? Because it depends on the foreign demand. And in your country, you cannot control the foreign demand. You cannot affect or you cannot decide the level of foreign income or preferences in the foreign country. So for now, we are assuming that export is autonomous. Now let us understand that how import function looks like, or what is the relationship of import. Okay. So how the import will look like? Please pay attention to this. That is, import is equal to M0 plus My. Are you able to see this in the box? M is equal to M0 plus My.
यस मैम।
Everyone?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Now, what is M0? Again, M0 is autonomous import. Import which does not depend on the level of income. Now, imports depend on the income level of the country which you are talking about. Suppose you are talking about India. So, in case of India, the imports of India depends on the level of income in India, not the foreign country. Therefore, we are writing like this. So, some imports are autonomous. For example, say diesel, petrol, or crude oil. Crude oil is imported, or say pulses are imported, or say capital goods, machinery is imported. Now, these imports not necessarily depend on the level of income. They have to be imported in the country, because crude oil is something which is very crucial for the economy. Pulses is required for the food security of the country. So these becomes autonomous. They don't depend on the level of income, but import has a component which depends on the level of income. So that is My. Now M, this small m which you are saying, is marginal propensity to import. Marginal propensity to import. As you were using marginal propensity to consume, as you were using marginal propensity to save, now there is a marginal propensity to import. Can anyone tell me how I will calculate marginal propensity to import? Anyone? हरिओम, क्लास में हो तुम?
मैम डेल्टा m अपॉन डेल्टा y.
Exactly. Why? Because every time we do the same thing. This import marginal propensity to import is delta m by delta y. As we were doing with marginal propensity to consume C, MPC is equal to delta C by delta y. Similarly, m is equal to delta m by
मैम
delta y.
आप जहाँ लिख रही हैं दिखाई नहीं दे रहा है.
Amount of coverage area of one.
No, ma'am.
M is equal to delta m by delta y. Is it okay now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So m, small m, which is marginal propensity to import. So marginal propensity to import depends on the level of income. As the income changes, import also changes. Now there is one more thing which you should be careful of. Now see the sign here. What is the sign? My. Before my, what is the sign?
Plus addition.
It is a plus sign or the addition sign. What it indicates? It indicates that import has a positive relationship with income. As the income level rises, as Y increases, M will increase. And for every country, this remains the same. As the level of income goes up, import goes up. So therefore, you have seen a plus sign. Okay, you remember that C is equal to C0 plus Cy. Here again you have a positive sign. It means that consumption and income are positively related. Okay, so similarly imports and income are positively related, and this is the import function. M is equal to M0 plus My is the import function. So if we include import function in our aggregate demand equation, the formula which we are getting is delta y is equal to 1 upon 1 minus T plus M into delta x. So as you can see from the formula, this is what? This formula is not exactly the whole, but
Ma'am, what you wrote is not visible.
really, are you not able to see this? Okay, you write, I am telling you, write it. Delta y is equal to 1 upon 1 minus C plus M. 1 upon 1 minus C plus M multiplied by delta x. You are going with the same formula as we are doing every time. Is it visible now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So this is the foreign trade multiplier. Okay, you will call it as, you are not calling it as import multiplier, but you are calling it as foreign trade multiplier because exports and imports are always together. Although when you are calculating the impact on income, that will be change in export. What you are doing is like this. See, delta y by delta x. Is equal to 1 upon 1 minus c plus m. So now this 1 upon 1 minus c plus m becomes your foreign trade multiplier. Okay, this is what I am referring to. So higher the level of income, higher will be the level of imports, and therefore the impact of X will be lower and lower. So now we have talked about 4 types of multiplier. First we talked about investment multiplier, then we have talked about government expenditure multiplier, then tax multiplier, and then import multiplier or foreign trade multiplier. Okay. So now we come back to the question of leakage and injection. Understand this one thing. I am from the very beginning, I am trying to make you understand this. You should focus on it. You are saying AD is equal to C plus I plus G plus X minus M. At the same time, you can write C plus I plus G plus X is equal to C plus S plus P plus M. Okay, so this is injection. These variables are injections. And these variables S plus M is leakages. And one thing you understand that higher the leakages, lower will be the increase in income. Higher the injections, higher will be the increase in income. Is it okay? Are you able to understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Anyone? Any question? Any doubt?
Ma'am, injections in injections there is a consumption function, and in leakages too there is C. So I'm confused whether is it injection or leakage.
See, when I'm pointing out the leakages, I am excluding C here. Okay, but also understand this. When you are talking about economy, for the equilibrium of the economy, aggregate demand should be equal to aggregate supply. For the equilibrium of the economy. Now, how do you write aggregate demand? Aggregate demand is always equal to C plus I. The demand side of the economy is always equal to C plus I, and the supply side of the economy is equal to C plus S. Right? So C appears as a common factor. That's how when we talk about leakages and injections, so in terms of leakages, we will exclude C and we will include S plus T plus M. So when you will use the model, it will be like this. I plus G plus X is equal to S plus T plus M. So injections should be equal to leakages for the equilibrium of the economy.
Ma'am,
Okay. Now,
Yes,
tell
ma'am.
me if you have more questions related to multiplier or anything which we are discussing so far.
Ma'am, why the export are not directly related to income?
Okay. So now what happens that in theory, different economists have different view about export. There are the traditional theory or the classical system. You can say that generally we assume that export will always depend on the level of income in the foreign country. And as we are talking about India, different countries are producing and generating income. That depends on their natural resources, that depends on their labor force, their level of technology. So export is largely assumed to be autonomous, but there are certain things where export can become endogenous if we include exchange rate here. We are not talking about exchange rate here, okay? Generally, there can be a question in your mind that if you are talking about export and import, then the payment method will also change, because now export and import payments are not in terms of rupees, but it is in terms of any foreign currency. So how it is all coming into picture? But yes, to make the thing simple, to keep the thing simple, we are assuming that export is exogenous, autonomous. Export, if we believe that export depends on exchange rate, or if we believe that export depends on inflation in the country, then it can be made endogenous, or no, it a later stage of modeling. In the very beginning, when we are trying to understand the foreign trade multiplier, our objective is to understand the concept of foreign trade multiplier. That is why we have assumed that export is autonomous. Simply, export does not depend on the level of domestic income, and import positively depends on the level of domestic income. Am I able to answer your question?
Yes, ma'am.
Suppose that there is a country which we are discussing about, so it is a colony of some other country. Suppose we are talking about pre-1947 in India. So exports of India depends on the demand for iron or textile or gems and jewelry or other products, spices or agricultural products in Britain or in UK. Now, because India was a colony of United Kingdom, that is why we can assume that export will no longer remain autonomous, because it is a policy of the ruling country which decides the level of export in the country. But generally, in a normal situation, we will find that export will not depend on the level of income. It can depend on the level of exchange rate, but not on the level of income, because income is the domestic income. There are separate theories which talk about the factors determining export and import, but here in our aggregate demand theory, we don't consider those factors. Okay, so import is a leakage, but export is an injection. So now, can I rub all this and draw a diagram?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
looking like this. Then on the y-axis, you are taking income level, y level. On the y-axis, on the x-axis, we have taken income level. On the y-axis, we are taking all the components of aggregate demand, that is C plus I plus G plus X minus M. C plus I plus G, X, M. So now you remember that this was the first line, this was C, this is the point where at y0 you have C is equal to y, that means savings is 0. Now as you move further, now what happens, you add one line, this becomes C plus I, then you add another line, and all these are parallel. Why they are parallel? Because we are talking about autonomous variables. All these variables are autonomous, that is why you have a parallel line. So this will be C plus I plus G. Then you can add another line. This line will be C plus I plus G plus X. Okay? See this. C plus I plus G plus X. So if now there is any increase in export, you will find that the level of aggregate demand will increase and the level of income will also increase. Okay, so this is due to delta x. Now this distance is the delta x. Now you can see that as you increase x, the income level goes up. And the distance of delta x is lesser than distance of delta y. So that's how the multiplier process will work. Okay? Is it okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Can I rub this diagram? I want to show another diagram to you.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. That was the diagram of showing aggregate demand and income determination. Let us see that how exports and imports look like in a curve. So see, there is a horizontal line. Here you are taking Y, on the x-axis you are taking income level again. On the x-axis you are, on the y-axis you are taking x and m, that is export and import. Now x is autonomous, so it is shown by a horizontal line. Okay? But import is import depends on the level of income. Import is dependent on income. So this is import. M is equal to M0 plus M1. This is just like C. Consumption function. Do you remember that?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
If
ma'am.
you are able to see this, M0. intercept on the y-axis, this positive intercept indicates the autonomous investment which is imports which is irrespective of the level of income. You can see it here. Income is 0, but import is still positive. Why it is positive? Because there are some imports which are essential, which are very necessary for the country. So that will always take place. Now, after that, you see that the line is positively sloped. What it means that as the income level rises, import rises. And how much imports will rise as the income level is rising? That depends on marginal propensity to import or the tendency to import. Okay, so now I'm stopping. You tell me if you have questions. Anything which you want to clarify, anything which you want to ask.
Ma'am, at which point x minus m is equal to 0?
At which point x minus m is equal to 0. X minus m. See, this is the point. If you are able to see this point, say this you are calling it as E. At the income, say Y0. At Y0, exports and imports are just equal. Right? So if you are thinking of a point where x minus m is equal to 0, this will be that point. But actually, when you think about x minus m is equal to 0, what should be the impact on income of these two variables? That is more important to understand. One good question has come to your mind that if exports are equal to imports, then x minus m is equal to 0. So what does it mean for the level of income?
Ma'am, no increase. Neither increase nor decrease.
Yes, that is true. But there is another way to say the same thing. What you can say is that the impact of injections is just equal to the impact of leakages in the economy. Whatever the increase in income is taking place due to import or due to exports, same income is used to increase the level of import. So जितना gain export की वजह से हुआ, the same thing has been spent on the foreign goods. Now remember this thing that when you are talking about export, it is the foreign demand for domestically produced goods and services. And when you are talking about imports, import is the domestic demand for foreign goods and services or for internationally produced goods and services. So the gain which you had in terms of export. Why I am saying gain? Because due to exports, there will be foreign exchange earnings. You will receive dollar as payments, you will receive euro as payments. You means the economy. Okay. But at the same time, when you receive the foreign currency, you spend this foreign currency in importing the goods from foreign countries. So when you import, you have to pay. Okay? So that's how you are saying that if exports and imports are equal to each other, the leakages and the injections impact becomes equal to each other. So if we want to increase the level of income, export has to be greater than imports for the macroeconomy. Okay, so as someone is saying that I am left with ad valorem, tomorrow I will be doing it. Okay, because tomorrow the board visibility and all these things I will make it better. So tomorrow we will do the tax ad valorem tax component. Not today, because it takes long equations. So I need more space. So we'll see tomorrow. Is it okay? Any other question? We still have 5 minutes to go. So if you have questions, please ask.
Ma'am, please give one example of foreign trade multiplier.
Foreign trade multiplier.
मैम लाइक क्वेश्चन जैसे वैल्यू आप देती हैं लाइक दैट.
Okay, like that. So suppose you are saying that MPC is equal to C, which is equal to 0.75. Okay, and we are assuming that M, that is marginal propensity to consume, is say 0.12. It can be 0.12, it can be say 0.05. You assume it like that if you are just making the assumption. 0.5, because this value will be very low. Okay, because imports is a very small component of total income. That is why this value will be low. And now suppose we are saying delta X is equal to 50. I am still continuing with the same 50 because we use this amount 50 when we were talking about investment multiplier, tax multiplier, government expenditure multiplier. So let us work on the same thing and try to find out this by using this formula. Delta Y is equal to 1 upon 1 minus 0.75 plus 0.05 into 50. The first important thing is we should solve this. First solve this. How much will be the value of multiplier? You do it today. We will discuss this tomorrow. Okay?
Ma'am, fine.
Okay, see you tomorrow then, same time.
Thank you, ma'am.
160.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thanks for your cooperation.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.